Stamps gone. Section 8 gone. All your SNAP and EBT benefits gone. Now you got to go back to Tyrone. Woo! I think this is great. We have just single-handedly saved the black family. Why? Because Tasha can't run out on Tyrone anytime she get mad and think the government going to take care of her. Tasha can't leave Tyrone and think that the kids going to eat. Tasha can't leave Tyrone and think she going to get a free rent. Tasha can't depend on the government because years ago, black women turned their back on black men for government assistance, for food stamps, for Section 8, for welfare, for WIC, for all the things that black men bring into their household. They said, no, we don't need that. I'll go file to the government and they'll give it to me. Trump said, hell no. Woo! Now you're going to have to start choosing better. Woo! Now women are going to have babies with men that actually want to have babies with them. Woo! Now women are going to have to vet their partners and not be able to just hit them up for a check every time and think they can live off the government. Woo! This shit amazing. You're going to see more wives and less baby mamas. You're going to see more two-parent households because it's going to be a family unit because success is a team sport. You're going to see women go back to their men, go back to their child's father and try to work things out and not childishly run out to the next nigga. Why? Because Donald Trump and the government don't got your back no more. Because you can't go over there and get free food stamps and sell them bitches 40 for the 80. Because you don't have a $72 rent anymore. Because now you're going to have to figure it out. And the only person that's left is that black man that you walked out on years ago. And the price of pussy going down too. Donald Trump did it with this one, and I'm here for it. Queens, go back to your kings and work it out. Baby mamas, go back to your baby daddies and become wives. It's time for us to work together. This is actually amazing. No longer will you be incentivized by quitting on your household. No longer will you be incentivized by quitting on your marriage. No longer will you be incentivized by quitting on that black man. You are no longer incentivized to leave. So baby, you either pay or stay. That ugly money.
Bitch, these are the men y'all fighting over? These are y'all's kings, the gods, the leaders of the black community? Baby. Oh my God. I don't think they realize how dumb they sound. I really don't think they realize how stupid they sound. First of all, let me tell you something. The world is paying attention. Everyone is watching, especially black men. Everyone's watching what's going on here in America. And they're looking at black men from cultures all around the world. They've watched y'all for the last 60 years pound your chest and make all this ruckus in the media talking about y'all kings, y'all the original man, and how, you know, you're ready for a race war, and that you have all these, you know, rights, and that you have all this power, and you're the most powerful. And we're watching all of the men, the loud mouths that we've seen over the last 60 years, especially in recent times, like Umar Johnson, like Riza Islam, like Tariq, Lord Jamar, Young Pharaoh, all these niggas that y'all gave so much money to and elevated them on platforms. We're watching them just disappear and get quiet. And if you do hear from them, they deflect. And they deflect by talking about trans people. They deflect by talking about citing and using white supremacist talking points by saying the Mexicans and the migrants are taking their jobs and benefits. We're watching them attack everybody but the oppressor. 43 million people went without SNAP and are still without their food benefits in this country. And a lot of them are black women and children. And you niggas can't do anything to protect black women and children, but yet you want them to come back to you? How are you going to provide and protect the black household when you have no power now? And none of y'all was focused on getting power. You were just focused on getting rich. You was focused on lining your own pockets. You all were not about community. The only time you talk about community is when you want to demonize trans people and gay people and lesbians. Well, you don't really demonize lesbians. You really go after the gays and the trans because you're triggered. And you're triggered with shame because most of y'all are sleeping with the dolls anyway. You're not sleeping with me, honey, because if you can't do nothing for me, you can't come up in this house. But let's examine what this fool said. He's laughing. He's laughing because he believes that only black women are on Snap. He believes that only black women are on Snap, which is not true. It wasn't even designed for black women. For decades, black women weren't even eligible for it. They didn't have access to it. This was something that white women have had access to since almost over 100 years ago. It was only during, I think, the Eisenhower administration when they started to include black families. Okay? But this fool is using white people, white racist talking points. And he doesn't realize that there are a lot of white people on Snap. There are a lot of Latin people on Snap. And believe it or not, there are a lot of Asian people on Snap. Not as much as everyone else, but they're on it as well. Okay? And here's the kicker. There are a lot of black men on Snap. There are a lot of black men on welfare in general. And they don't work. You are so ignorant and dumb. And I don't think you hear yourself. You dudes go from saying how we, the average black man don't make that much. Okay? We don't make that much. We don't even, and I saw a statistic somewhere where it says black men don't make, the average black man doesn't make more than $80,000 a year. That's like what? $7,000 a month? $6,000 a month? If you can't make that, then how are you going to provide for a family without assistance? These niggas are dumb. They really are dumb. So you want black women to suffer and black families to suffer just so that you can have access to them, so that they can come back to you begging? Only for you not to be able to provide for them either? These niggas are stupid. They are a menace and they are a problem. We have seen countless videos in the last year of them in restaurants arguing with females about paying for dinner. If they want to go half with you on the bills, if they don't want to pay for your food, but want to have access to your body, how are they going to provide for a family? That is their responsibility. It's their responsibility. It's their responsibility. It's what socially, they want to police everybody's gender. They really want to police everyone's gender, but it's their responsibility according to the binary that they uphold. It's according to the binary rules of this country and of the land, really of this global community. They're supposed to be the providers and the protectors. They are so weak, and they're so dumb, and they're so divisive, and y'all fight over these niggas. That's the crazy part. Y'all hate all of your allies, from the LGBT, from white women, Asian, like you hate any woman or any feminine entity that might catch their attention. These niggas ain't bought shit into the black household. Let's keep it a buck. Because historically, how could they protect their families from slavery? They couldn't. How could they provide for their families during Jim Crow? They couldn't. How could they protect and provide for their families during the Civil Rights Movement? Many of them couldn't. Hell, Dr. King was set up that last time when he went to Memphis trying to fight for their rights during that whole sanitation strike. Okay? During that whole sanitation strike where they were getting pennies to get unalived by those garbage trucks. People were being unalived. Black men were being unalived, and they had no benefits, no rights, no nothing, and they were working for pennies. What kind of family are you raising with that type of income, with that type of power in this country? You had no power, and you still have none. And y'all spent the last 60 years dividing black people using white Christian colonialist ideologies. Dividing us all. Now it's y'all arguing with black women. Black women and black men are straight ones are arguing with black LGBT. Black LGBT is arguing amongst themselves and throwing each other under the bus. But here's the thing. Let me tell you, black gay men and black lesbians, y'all better keep it cute. Because remember, we know where all the bodies are buried. So if we go down, I refuse to go down without motherfucking dragging y'all down with us. Because the stuff that especially you gay men do, and y'all want to sit up here and play high and mighty. Oh, we're not those trans girls. No, but you're the ones that are doing really lewd things in public. And that's another video. That's another video. But bitch, remember, we know what y'all be doing and where y'all do it at and who y'all be doing it with. And all we have to do is point females to your social media to show them how thirsty for straight men y'all are and how sex-starved and sex-driven y'all are, for everything is sexual. And how even straight men that are bodybuilders and models can't even have their social media, okay, specifically for women, without y'all commenting and believing that you should have access to straight men. So that's another video, but don't play with us. Because y'all doing too much and y'all not standing with us at all. Y'all do too much. Back to these clowns in the straight community, the heterosexual community. Okay? Y'all weren't able to bring anything into the household, which is why that black woman was eligible to get public assistance and SNAP benefits. Because you contributed nothing. Lest we fucking forget. You contributed nothing. Nothing. You brought absolutely nothing into that household but motherfucking destitution, dust, abuse, and harm. Talking about, we're the ones, now y'all gonna have to come back to us for provisions. No, because you don't provide anything. How could you, again, what are you gonna provide? A fraction of what she was getting on SNAP? Or whatever they call it. I think they call it EBT or what. I don't know whatever they call it. But whatever. What if a woman is choosing EBT SNAP over you? It says that you're not contributing anything to her life, and that she can't rely on you niggas. Everything is about sex. Everything is contingent on whether you can sleep with women or not. Okay? Y'all are tired and depraved. You're depraved. And people are tired. We're tired. Everyone is tired of you niggas. Save the black family. You can't save the black family. How? How? What are you going to protect black women? You see how quiet they were. Did they protect black women and provide for black women now that their SNAP benefits are gone? They're on fucking line talking about how in order to get a little bit of change for it, they're willing to give you $40 for your body. And think that that's going to help their family? That now you have to go back to Tyrone, who only makes $40,000 a year? That y'all were too good for them? Y'all felt like y'all were too good for them? and that you chose the system, they need to step up and be men. And they're not men. They're not. They've never been. Ever. Listen to this nigga. This is the mentality. This is the mentality. You have to go back to Tyrone. Tyrone that's taking advantage of you and have full access to your body. And only thing you getting is fucking $40. I'm going to tell you like this. Y'all better get with the trans girls. Because we know better than sleep with these niggas for fucking free. We know better to even deal with them. Hell, let me tell you something. Y'all remember when trans women were allowed to have ads on some of these sites like Backpage and Craigslist and all that stuff? Do you remember that? Remember most of the trans women, no matter what nationality were, said no black men. That was their disclaimer. No black men hit them up. This is why. They know that they ain't got no money. And they know that they gonna want, for $40, they gonna want to have the whole thing. Okay? Let me tell y'all something. He's bragging about Trump. I keep telling black people, the enemy is among us. It's not necessarily an enemy in Washington. Your enemy is in your next door neighbor that voted for this bullshit. My question, and this is going to end this video, because I can say more, but I won't. My question to black men is, if you know that you can't provide anything and you're struggling in this system, why would you want black women to be stripped of all their resources just so that you can have access to them? Because it's not like he's saying we want access to our kids. He's saying I want access to black women. If you have no money and no power, what good are you as a man? You can't stop ICE from snatching kids out of their black people out of their apartments at 4 o'clock in the morning like they did in Chicago. You can't protect black people. You voted for this, remember? You gave them all the power. Many of y'all. You heard him mention Trump, bragging about Trump, right? You can't pay for a woman's meal a $20 Admiral's feast, $25 Admiral's feast at Red Lobster. And if you pay for it, you want to be able to sleep with her for $25. So if you want all these things but can't contribute much, how are you going to provide and protect for that family? That welfare saved the black family, if you ask me. Because many of you abandon your families willingly. Many of you didn't even want to be a part of your family. You heard what he said? We get to choose who we have babies with, and we get to choose who we have babies with. Ha, ha, ha. Y'all going to have to be careful. Okay, so this was their mindset. He doesn't realize he's telling on himself. This was their mindset. They were angry. They didn't want to have a baby with y'all. They didn't want to create a family with y'all. They just wanted to have free sex with you. And the fact that they had free, unprotected sex with you, and which created a baby, they left you. They left you to fend for yourself and your kids. They said, fuck them kids. Baby, let me tell you something. They didn't want to be a part. They didn't want to be a family with you. You were forced. Black women were forced to get on public assistance. They were forced to get on it. I've seen so many women have to do it. Because you niggas didn't want to be men. You didn't want to be in your children's life. You didn't want to come around. And then now, 50 years later, you want to talk about how welfare broke up your family? When you niggas left? When you niggas didn't have anything to provide for that family? Bottom line, and I'm going to say this again before I close out this video. A black woman in a black family would not be eligible for welfare, EBT, whatever they call it now, if a black man was doing his job and taking care of that family and supporting that family and financially supporting that family and protecting and providing. They have failed as men on so many levels. And now they're throwing up smoke screens to try to trigger y'all. You better stay the course. And you need to remind them that since you want a woman to be in the kitchen and protecting and nurturing and you need her in the bedroom to be a freak in the bedroom, but you need her to do the stereotypical womanly duties, and you don't want her in the workforce because you feel like she's taking away your opportunities. You're jealous of black women. You're jealous of black LGBT. But you want everybody to uphold their gender norms and gender roles. But you don't want anyone holding you to those same binary standards. The fuck out of here. They've been crying and complaining about black women having too much power in the workforce and getting too much power. Why wouldn't you want your partner? Why wouldn't you want another black person to have power? Especially since y'all cry about the system. If a black woman can get in there and get in the system and change the system, that we all benefit. If a black LGBT person can get into the system in corporate America and kind of help, reshape it and create policies and pull people on, I've done that. I've pulled people on and showed them how to get into corporate America. If we can do that, it's all about black people, but y'all make it all about black men. Black men make it about them and their needs and their wants, and we all coddle them, and we all make it about their needs. Y'all better wake the fuck up, because this is very telling. Y'all have a good day, because I'm done with this.